Got the 2011 BMW 550. It's been running for about a good 10-15 minutes. I always like to let it run for a long period of time, actually put it under its worst condition, and I still have to road test it. So if something's going to happen, I want it to happen while I'm doing the inspection. Looking at the engine compartment, it looks pretty clean. It looks like it's been detailed. Looking at the hood hardware, I don't see any chips, which is typically an indication that it's been worked, but I'm not seeing that. The matting looks good. Check the fluid here on the coolant. That looks pretty good. Just on the little matting here in the back is a little chewed up. I don't know what happened there. Also, when I was checking the engine, this engine cover is loosely fit. There's usually like a little grommet there to kind of help it in place. Didn't really see much else in the engine because it seems so tight, but I did the best I can to look for any type of rodent damage, oil leaks, coolant leaks, and given my limited view, I didn't see anything. Hood closes pretty good. Let's see here, the front balance area looked pretty clean. I've got some really good pictures there. We can see the daytime running lights are working. I've already checked the parking distance control. That's working as well. Let's see here. Just a little wear here on the kidney grills. This is probably from it being detailed or being rubbed on too hard. Not sure who's responsible for that. Okay, looking at the tires, they look pretty good. Plenty of meat on them. Let's get a close-up of the brakes. Let's see if we can take a look at those. Sometimes we can get up, sometimes we can't. Rims, they've got a lot of curb rash on them, so they've been chewed up pretty good. Looking at the windshield, didn't see any obvious chips or cracks. Unfortunately, the car is dirty. You can see the amount of dust that's on there. It makes it difficult to really look at for those like small cosmetic imperfections or if it's been repainted. It's tough for me to see all that stuff because of that light coat of dust. So that's kind of unfortunate. But the good thing is I've got a paint meter. So I've already taken some measurements. They were pretty consistent across the board. Let's let this thing fire up. Okay, 4.5, 3.5, 4.5. And these readings are to a thousandth of an inch. So that's 4 thousandths of an inch. The readings were a little high on the door versus everything else. So maybe there was in other words, it's probably been worked. For what reason, we don't know. It could be a ding, somebody ran into it, for a number of reasons. But the finish looks pretty good. Again, just with this dust cover, I really can't scrutinize it as nice as I would like to. Taking a look at the interior, everything looked pretty clean. I already checked the operations of the mirrors. They work, they tuck in. All the windows work fine without issues. So does the central locking. The horn, you can hear that it's off tone, so only one of them is working, so that'll need to get addressed. Gauges look pretty good. Didn't see any obvious signs of any excess wear and tear. Just the steering wheel, just some fading here on the right side. Seats look pretty good. Carpeting looked good. I checked the operations of the seat operation, and then just a little dent here on the entry sill. Okay, I already got the numbers there for the manufacturer. I'll do a cross-reference check. Looking here back in the rear, I've already operated these sunshades. These are really common. If you don't know, if you release it and let it go, sometimes they get sucked into the door panel. So I made sure that worked properly. Window work back here, that was good. Back seats, but you can see back here, this little pocket here, just a little stretched out, or maybe that's just the way it is. I don't remember, but it's consistent on both sides. I already pulled down the center console. That looked pretty good. Cup holder works. Everything looked pretty good. Again, here in the back, you can see the rotors where it has some grooving, and then let's see if we can get a shot of the brakes. And then again, the rims here have curb rash. More than likely, on your next service, you'll probably need to replace the rotors. Looking back here, I didn't see any signs of any type of impact damage. The taillights are nicely secured. Trunk area looks good. I got the pictures of the mats, not bad looking, and they're underneath, and verify the operation of the trunk. Okay. Also, the rear parking control does work. That's actually, I think, being engaged now because I'm so close to this black car here. All right, back here looks good. Window, again, the dust again. The one thing I did notice is when I was checking the fit on these doors, the passenger rear just slightly off. Hold on a second here. So the auto close there, and then it's just slightly lifted. So, we know with these German cars, they're real sticklers for panel alignment. The other ones were perfect. just a slight raise here, but it's working. But then again, I did notice some scratch marks here by the striker stop. Okay. Windows work again good. The shades look pretty good. Just wiping away more dust. Going over here, everything looked good. AC is blowing nice and cold. I can feel it now. Windows work. The heater works. Verified the navigation. Looked at the service records there. You know, the parking brake works. Maybe some little scuff marks right there on the console area. Seats look pretty good. Operation was tested. Okay, and the service books or owner manual is in there as well. Okay. Here, front right tire, you can see just where, you know, it's got some serious curb rash. So that may need to be addressed. And I believe I had to look at the pictures again, but you see Michelin's here in the front. I thought I saw something different back here. Yeah, and Bridgestone in the rear. Let me check the other side again. Yeah, Bridgestone in the rears and Michelin's in the front. Okay, all right. I'll just be mindful of that. And next is just gonna do a road test. I've already looked underneath and I stopped to review those pictures. And that's it.